Careful, Niners. Careful. If I'm the San Francisco 49ers and I just watched my team go through 4 starting quarterbacks in one season, I would be very hesitant on trading Trey Lance. Now, I will give you full transparency here. I'm a Trey Lance fan. I think Lance can be dynamic. I think Lance in that offense can be special. He works hard. He's got a good attitude. Everybody around the organization likes him. He cares about being good. He cares about doing the right thing. Trey Lance is obviously raw, but I think he can get there. I know he can get there. If anybody can get there with that coaching staff that's so good at putting guys in positions to succeed. So I come at it from a standpoint of I think he can be really good. There specifically. You know, if he goes to the Cardinals, I'm not so sure. If he goes to an organization that has a new head coach, a new system, no history of making sure that guys, are positioned well, I don't know. But I think in San Francisco, he can be very good. And I understand that last year, Brock Purdy ran the offense very effectively, stepped in right away and it had success, said all the right things, is only coming into his second season, and might be an unbelievable find in the 7th round. Might be. I'm not here to tell you that he can't do it. But would I bet on Brock Purdy just taking off like a rocket after what he did last season, and that there's no coming back down to earth, or there might not be any flattening, or there might not be the first year he kind of caught people off guard, but now they've got film on him, or just regressing to the mean, and he's a 7th-round quarterback for a reason. I mean, I know that he put up really good numbers in college, and last year he was phenomenal, but I don't feel comfortable or confident saying that's who Brock Purdy is, what we saw last year. Now, I realize I've got to be fair. I'm telling you, I trust Trey Lance, or I believe in Trey Lance based on nothing of what I've seen, and I don't trust Brock Purdy based on something of what I've seen. So that's not necessarily fair. I guess my point is I wouldn't go into the season assuming Brock Purdy is what he was last year, nor would I assume that, hey, if he's not and he's injured, Sam Darnold's fine. I would not trade Trey Lance. I would not trade him. If you want to get into a summer competition and say Brock Purdy's the incumbent starter, he's earned it, and he's back and healthy, that's fine. But I've got Brock Purdy, who's a 7th-round guy, coming into year number 2 off of a season-ending injury last year. I don't know when he's going to be fully healthy, hopefully by June, but I don't know. I have Sam Darnold, who clearly hasn't blown the doors off anybody in his career. How many teams has he been on now? And obviously an unknown in Trey Lance, but I don't want to give that up. I want my quarterback depth, and I want a quarterback on the roster that in case Purdy isn't healthy, or in case Purdy comes back down to earth, and in case Sam Darnold is what he is, a backup QB and nothing more, that I have Trey Lance. And I know it's enticing to think, well, before the draft, a week out, if we can get a couple of ones for him, or a 1 and a 2, we got to do it. And I'm not saying don't field phone calls, but I would not be ready to trade Trey Lance unless I was absolutely blown away with the package. I would not be ready to do that. I invested a lot of money in him, or at least a lot of draft picks in him. I'm not ready right now to just punt on that and say, oh, who cares? Let's just get a couple of those picks back and move on with Brock Purdy. I'm not there yet.